KFlex or normal flight and stem? Which is better? Well, in that video, I hope to find out that answer. I am debuting, I think it's a debut, for my new player shirt. Got Target on there, Darts Shop TV, the Madhouse Murphy logo, and then the Easy Now Madhouse Murphy logo on the back. There is also Pinnacle Darts and Empower to go on the front in patches. I'll do that when I get back on holiday. But that's not what the video's about. Like I said, it's about flight and stem or all-in-one. Specifically KFlex, because I think these are the best all-in-ones. We did a video on that a while back, and these are the ones that work best for me. So, what do I use? Colour, I'm not really too fussed. I quite like the white ones. They seem to go pretty alright. But I'm not too fussed on the colour. I like clear on a lot of them. These, for me, are number 6 shape rather than number 2. They're smaller. So, and I do feel there is a big difference on the board with KFlexes between number 2 and number 6. I really do prefer number 6. Intermediate length is the length I've got. And then on flight and stem, I'm not actually too sure what length these are. I think, see, these are actually a bit, yeah, they're a bit longer. They are a bit longer, but I'm not sure the exact length on these. And then the flights are decent target flights. I've not hole punched these ones. These darts I've got here are the Bido Force, and these are my Madhouse Murphy darts. So a little bit closer to them. What I'm going to do is we're going to do some challenges with these, then we're going to do some challenges with these, but then we're going to swap the flight and stems over and compare the data. So we're doing it on 2 different darts. So this is going to be very scientific. So you might learn something in this video, probably won't, but you might find out what I think's better, because you might be thinking, should I get some KFlex? Should I go back to flight and stems? There will be pros and cons to both. Let's get into it. The durability of KFlex is absolutely fantastic. I will have some people say that they've had them break or whatever, but I've had one set that I've had to replace. Yes, I probably don't have as much use as some people because I get new sets or go through whatever. But I have some sets that I've used for hundreds of hours with a play, and they're still actually really, really good condition. Flights, I do find they have to change a bit more because they do end up damaging, and you can end up Robin Hooding and things like that. So the price as well, obviously you pay more for KFlex. Well, it depends. Some flight and stems are expensive, but in general you do normally pay more for KFlex. But I think they're worth it with the durability. But let's see what happens in the test. So up first, I've got the Bido Force with normal flight and stem. What I'm going to do is 10 visits at the treble 20, and let's see how they go. Let's just see. Well, good start. Right, 1. We want to see if we get like any deflections or if they're flying a bit strange. Well, good, really good start. 3 trebles out of 2 visits. That is really good. Come on. That's a poor dart. Oh, that's 4 out of 3. That is good going. So 4 and 7 visits left. Ooh, that's high. Took a bit of a clip as well. These are a lovely dart. If you've been a long watcher of the channel, you might remember these were the darts that hit the triple bullseye. Did actually have some fusions on the darts at that point. See that second dart? I know it was low, but you see how it's stacked in really nice. So that's 4 from 5. 5 from 5. Well, that's 5. Well, 6 goals. I think it's either 4 from 7 or 5 from 7. These points are very aggressive on the soft ball. 3 goals left. I have noticed since we've been inside and the board's a lot warmer than it was in the cold environment, that the board is much softer. I didn't find it a particularly hard ball anyway, but it's a lovely, nice and soft board, but these points are ripping it up. 1 or 2 turns left. I think it's 1, but we'll take 2 just in case. We've got one with the final dart. We'll do 1 more turn. This is the problem, we're not having the Omni. I don't have it, well, I bet you're thinking do have the Omni. I do, but I have no Wi-Fi at the minute. I'm going to say we've got 5 or 6. Right, now we're going to use my darts, the Madhouse Murphys, with the KFlex. Let's have a go. We got 1. So 1 from 1. Try and say it every time. And then my brain should actually work a little bit better. Last one was a 2 from 2. I love KFlex that you can just grab them out of the board, flights start popping off. That is a real upside for me. That there, that could be a downside. That was a big deflection. I'm not saying deflections don't happen without, but if I'm trying to be fair, that there was a big deflection. So that's 2 from 3. Four from 4. Oh wow! See, you could. Well, this would happen with normal flights, but I couldn't see that the first one in. I thought it was above. Seen that the last one in, so we were 4 from 4, 6 from 5. But how will we do in round 2 when we swap it round? That's the last out by me. No, way off. 6 from 7. Tried putting a bit of extra cream on it. 6 from 8. Six from 9. Not even a 180 would get us the 10. Gone off the boil a bit there. 6 from 10. Right, we've got them swapped over. Let's see if we drastically improve or drastically decline. Doing the Bido Force first again. Strangely enough, again, first dart, first treble, 1 from 1. Second throw was terrible for me, 2 from 2. Is this a carbon copy of what happened in the first? Ooh. See, that looked like it were heading for it, but took a clang. Two from 4. So far, very similar, concerningly similar pattern. That would have been a tough one to get past. Three from 6. Four from 7. And I thought there was going to be double from there. Is that 5 from 8? Again, I've lost count. 5 from 8, I think. Ooh. 5 from 9, let's say. Ooh, that first one was a great marker. So 6 from 10 we're saying, unless I've miscounted, which that's not too bad. Very similar. Right, flight and stem on the Madhouse Murphys. Zero from 1. I think these are sitting a little bit differently. Zero from 3. Come on. I think I'm in my own head a little bit here. Come on, Madhouse. Don't let the side down. It's either 1 from 5 or 1 from 6. We'll say 5. We've had a knock at the door. Who's there? Come on then.
I'm just gonna scooch in right here if you don't mind.
Now, I think that's 1 from 7. Two from 8. We basically need a big finish. Get in. 3 from 9. A 140 or a 180 here pretty much levels it all up.
Well, that was
I put too much cream on that first one. So it looks like the KFlex have got more overall. So as you can see, Teddy's on guard. He's been the referee and he said we got more with the KFlex. He did nip out though, so he might be wrong. Did I feel a massive difference on the bolides? No, I didn't, to be honest. And they're actually a dart that I have been testing with these on. I didn't feel as good, or didn't do as good with the flight and stem on these darts. I definitely preferred the KFlex. I think the answer, before I did the video, was always different darts, different setups. So you might be a KFlex lover like myself, but you may have some sets of darts where you think KFlex actually isn't the best option for these. That actually has happened, definitely. For instance, with my Simon Whitlock World Cup editions, cannot use all-in-ones on them for some reason. They just don't fly right for me. So do not be afraid to have a tinker with your equipment. Try flight and stem, try some KFlex. You know, a lot of shops will let you try these things if you're not wanting to spend to do the try, which is completely fine. What I'm going to do now is just try with these setups a couple at doubles. We'll try tops, we'll try 10s, and we'll try 16s. Right, the bolides first. Let's try a couple at tops. They were horrendous. That's me, not the flights, by the way. That's just really poor. That's better. That first visit, then you hit 2 that visit. It's unexplainable. 10s. Not far off. Not great. Right, 16s. That is where my game is at the minute. We've just had a flight pop off. That's so annoying, especially when you're fat and you have to bend down. Right, one more lot of 16. Inconsistency. Inconsistent. At least we've got a few first darts who would have got it right. They weren't the bolides, they were the Madhouse Murphys. These are the bolides with the KFlex. Yeah, so I'm sure I said they were the bolides. They weren't, they were the Madhouse Murphys. These are the bolides, right. I'm struggling with the high ones. These 10s will absolutely fly in. I was going to say that would have been a triple double, but not the same double. One more go at 10s. Ooh. My doubling attempts there with the bolides was terrible with the KFlex on. I did quite well with the flight and stem on my Madhouse Murphy darts. Got Madhouse Murphy darts, got Madhouse Murphy shirts. We just love it. You guys have been absolutely smashing purchases on Target's website through my affiliate link. I really appreciate that. Honestly, if you're thinking about getting something from Target, please go through my link. It's in every YouTube video description. It's in all the bios in my link tree on all of my social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Please make sure you subscribed as well. I really appreciate it. Hit a comment, let me know what you'd like to see next. This video is probably going out to the world whilst I'm on holiday, so I am going to take my camera, going to try and get a little bit of holiday content, you know, playing darts down on the beach, etc, etc. Hope you're all well. To the moon! Gay dogs.